Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's Damon yet again with another booking video. This time we're going to be SummerSlam 2004. Boy, 2004 takes me back. Seriously. University, first year university. Uh, like really trying to basically mastering uh, your writing skills. Basically having to learn so much about learning how to better memorize some stuff. And I remember doing a class about long-term memory, and we had to do a journal. So basically, you had to basically find a concept in real life that basically was bringing forward a concept of long-term memory. And I remember thinking, instead of being such a wrestling mark, I remember Savage Steamboat, and all they would basically recall every spot in the match. Would basically say, uh, spot 93, for example, what it would be like. I don't know, an arm drag. And I basically mentioned this as it was a relationship between this and try to encode memory from the short-term memory to long-term memory. And I have a good grade about it. Never thought I would use a wrestling event or a wrestling match as a reason to basically, for one of my class show, I would promote encoding information into long-term memory. Make sure that basically it went from just short-term memory events to basically long-term memory. But there you go, not a good grade about it. That's one thing I do remember. 2004, like man. Also, I'm reminded like 22 years passed since then. When did the time go, man? I'm getting old. I mean, what was in the movie theaters? Just maybe I should mention that since I talk about movies. What was in the movie theaters this summer? That summer, we had Kill Bill Volume 2. Damn good movie. We had Shrek 2. I'm kind of embarrassed saying, well, not embarrassed. It's a very good movie. It's very funny, but the emotional core of that movie is damn good. It nearly made me. I didn't cry, but I will lie if I said I didn't have watery eyes when Fiona said, "Yeah, I want to be with the person. This I want to be with you." And Shrek already transformed to human, and then he goes to kiss her, and Running basically like if he kisses her there, it basically he stays as a human, but she basically prevents him saying, "I want to be with the whole girl that I married." It's like I'll be honest, watery eyes. That's a Shrek I remember. People forget that Universal Pictures sometimes I think are on par with Pixar, or or sometimes even better in terms of animated movie. Well, Spider-Man 2, in my opinion, the best standalone Spider-Man movie ever. Still to this day, because it's not just about Spider-Man, but it's about Peter Parker, the dichotomy between the two. And what else? What else was in the movie? Oh yeah, Anchorman. Ah, Anchorman, so ridiculous. And this is a movie that basically you can say what you want, but you laughed at Ron Burgundy, stupid stuff he said. Brian Santana, Champ Kind, uh, of course, Brick Tamlin, Steve Carell in this. And Veronica Corningstone was basically being a trailblazer, was way better of a journalist than all four combined. You knew that. I'm laughing at Ron Burgundy, how stupid it is. All what he says, he tries to find that seems very intelligent, but it's so stupid. But that was a peak of Will Ferrell. FYI, why isn't Will Ferrell making more comedies? What he gave up doing comedies? I like to see other guys too, Strat Brothers too, the other guys too, maybe. I mean, Dodgeball. That's not a sequel I wouldn't mind seeing. Supposedly it's supposed to be in progress, but White Goodman has to be Ben Stiller. White Goodman to me is one of my favorite roles of Ben Stiller. So yeah, how many other Collateral to me, but the best Michael Mann movie. Eat might be number two. I found out there's a part two that's coming up with Leonardo DiCaprio and Christian Bale in the same movie. Count me in, bros. Uh, iRobot was very good as well. What other movie was this? Like I'm looking basically what other movies were there. Oh, there was Alien vs Predator. The first one was good. It's not great, but was good. Uh, Maybe there's other movies that summer that I forgot about. But anyway, talking about the summer because there's SummerSlam. To me, that's the thing. Summer. It's supposed to be fun, swimming, activities, movies, going out with friends, and SummerSlam supposed to cap it off. And that SummerSlam was good. I would not say it was great. I mean, a lot of matches to me felt like, I mean, a lot of matches felt either rushed or it's like no place being big that card. Like Triple H's Eugene made no sense that it was supposed to be that big. And honestly, Eugene's character should not have been in big matches, period. You know? I mean, I felt like Eugene should have been in an undercard match, not basically near main event. That match was actually like think about this. The main event of SummerSlam 2004 actually was booked 1 or 2 weeks before SummerSlam. Triple H's Eugene actually had more background story than any matches. And that kind of is sad. And the women's title was not a defending. It was actually a 7-on-7 dodgeball match. That's how low they view women there. And I thought, I could do it better. There's some good match in that show. Eddie versus Kurt Angle, very damn good. Something wouldn't change. But a lot of the card, I would. For example, I would start off with an opening match would be for the World Tag Team titles. I would have La Resistance defend against Rhino and Tajiri. And since I don't want to have La Res keep the World Tag Team titles there, I would have Rhino and Tajiri get the title. They can lose it back to La Resistance at Unforgiven. I just want a short pop there. You can do that from time to time, not for just for everything, but from time to time you can do it. Triple H so rigid right now says, no, my long vision plan, I cannot deviate from everything. I'm a robot. That's how it feels. Coincidentally, like his promo, same thing sometimes they're booking. In a second match, it's tag titles versus cruiserweight title. If Ray pins the cruiserweight champion Spike, he wins the cruiserweight title back. If the Dudleys pin London or Kidman, they win the tag titles back. So it'd be Ray, London, and Billy Kidman versus Spike and the Dudleys. I would have Spike. I would basically have a finish where basically Dudleys try to pin London, but Spike tags himself in, and bosses around the Dudleys go outside. Like the Dudleys are befuddled by this, and Spike ends up being the Dudley Dog and pins London to keep the cruiserweight title. But the Dudleys do not get a tag title, so create frictions between the two. Then I'm just looking around. For the United States title, you would have Booker T defending against John Cena. I would have Booker T. That's right, I'm going to use it. John Cena's about to win the title when Booker T hits him with a U.S. title belt, create a DQ. DQs can happen at SummerSlam, and that's fine. Just make sure that's the only DQ. There's only one DQ in the card, and that's what I would pull. Then for the Intercontinental title, we get Edge defending against Matt Hardy 1 year prior, against Chris Jericho, and against Shelton Benjamin. Now, I have Shelton Benjamin pin. Basically, I would make sure to have him pin Chris Jericho to win the Intercontinental title and the match itself. People forget that even in his hometown, Edge was booed there. So it's like, why not bother? Why bother keeping the title in there? So yeah, we're 4 match in, and all of them has been for titles to date. Next one is another title. It's going to be the 5th match, like in real life. Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. Make it an 18, 20-minute match with Kurt Angle winning via the grapevine ankle lock. Then the 6th match, you have Eugene teaming up with William Regal to take on Ric Flair and Batista. And I would have basically Batista pinning Eugene after Batista bomb. Then in the 7th match, you have for the women's title, Trish Stratus defending against Victoria. Victoria is with Stevie Richards. Trish Stratus is with Tyson Tomko. Trish Stratus basically tries the Stratusfaction Bulldog, gets caught the Widow's Peak. 1, 2. Tyson Tomko puts a Trish foot under the bottom rope. Stevie Richards uh, goes to attack Tomko, but uh, by mistake, he hits the ring post. That leads to Tyson interfering and Trish Stratus hitting the chick kick to win and keep the women's title over Victoria. Then you got for the WWE title, you got JBL defending against The Undertaker. I would have The Undertaker win the title there. Like, JBL can still win it at No Mercy and still being the chicken shit eel champion. That's fine. Then you got Triple H versus Randy Orton. I would have basically soon after you lose the IC title and Triple H doesn't regain the World Heavyweight title, Triple H actually does a little bit of a psychological phenomenon in his projection. He basically calls Randy Orton, you're a loser, and this is why you can't win back your title. Basically projecting all his flaws onto Orton. And that leads to Orton eventually gets tired of it and RKO him in the middle of the ring. Turning face, leaving Evolution. He doesn't get kicked out, he leaves on his own volition. And that leads to SummerSlam. Triple H is Randy Orton. He was getting cheered there. And I thought, why not have Triple H put over Randy Orton once and for all, right away, and Randy Orton pins Triple H fair and square. And I think that would mean more than a world title match in which he wins, only to be taken from him right away next month. And a world heavyweight title match, you have Chris Benoit defending against Kane, the last chance for Kane. And I would have Kane win the world title there. Like, he did win world titles, but never won in a big time event. I would have actually Kane win the world title there, does the pyro, and you would have basically the stage, the fire, basically pyro comes in, as well as turnbuckle pyros, rather than basically having, an explosion of pyro like Cody. Well, just that basically fire, and the ring is red and orange, and this is how you end SummerSlam 2004. I mean, the heat is on, it looks like. So that's how I would have end SummerSlam 2004. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and let me know if you like me talk about also the movies, the summer blockbusters, leading up to SummerSlam, the actual movie summer blockbusters. So it's like mixing movies and wrestling. So let me know what you think down below. Comments down below. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.